Why do good relationships have to end? That's today's topic on hashtag relationship. I mean, we know why bad relationships have to end. That's easy. It's nothing to figure out. They're bad. Just pick anything from the list. But what about the good ones, the ones that start out so good, where people were kind to one another? They smiled at one another. They were very attentive to one another. You know, a long, long time ago, a writer, he wrote a very powerful group of words. He said, and this was in reference to a couple in a story. He said, and they lived happily ever after. Every goal for every young couple is to live happily ever after. Every goal for every single man and woman is to find a mate whereby they can live their lives together happily ever after. And notice, I did not say love ever after, because many of you, most of you, have already found love. But with that love came unhappiness. And so you chose happiness over love. People will choose happiness over love every day of the week. Every divorcee, every person who ended a relationship, somewhere in their justification for ending a relationship was to create the opportunity to find happiness. And when I say find happiness, let's make sure we understand that I'm not saying find someone to make you happy. It is not his job to make you happy, sister. It is not your job or your responsibility to make him happy. I said find happiness. That's something that happens within. Because when you find happiness, you have found a reason to smile again. You have found a reason to laugh again. And this was the most attractive thing about you. So the love that you found, that love, that so-called love, it ended, or it went away because it lacked happiness. Somebody said marriage is like a business. And what does that mean? Well, no one wants to shop at a place where the people are unhappy, where the people are angry, where people are rude and discourteous. It's called business ethics or business etiquette. Likewise, there's a such thing as relationship etiquette and relationship ethics. You know, there was a time not too long ago when there were things that were categorized as improper or inappropriate, like inappropriate behavior or improper dress and or inappropriate language. But something happened along the way, according to Earth, Wind, and Fire. And they said, and yesterday was all we had. See, if you look back, yesterday, you had a smile on your face. You had laughter in your voice. Why? Because as John Lennon and Paul McCartney said of the Beatles, all my troubles seemed so far away. It was in the song Yesterday. But they came back and said, but now it appears that they're here to stay. No one wants to be around problems, sister, brother. No one wants to live a life or look forward to living the rest of their lives with issues and problems and drama and complaints. It's a part of your DNA to remove yourself from those situations. It's called your sympathetic nervous system. It's your fight or flight system. You want to leave as quickly as you can a situation where your safety or your happiness or your health is at risk of being threatened. And so you want to remove yourself from those situations. It is not a part of your DNA to be unhappy. Even when you come across a little baby, a newborn baby, everyone has the same response to a newborn baby. You try to do things to make the baby laugh. There's something about that. And if you can do that, you feel like you've made a connection with that baby. You know, it was R. Kelly who said, it was a song he performed called If I Could Turn Back the Hands of Time. And he had an interesting lyric where he said, funny how time goes by and blessings are missed in the wink of an eye. See, when you stop counting your blessings, you can count on not being happy as well. You were grateful and you felt blessed to have met this wonderful person, and you used a different tone in your voice. You used certain proper language and appropriate language like please and thank you. The first two words out of your mouth, were they good morning, baby, good morning. You came out with something positive, the very first thing out of your mouth. Now, Dru Hill said, a love like ours don't happen every day, and we're losing it right as we speak. How did you speak when you first met? Did you say good morning, baby, with a smile on your face? Did you use the sweeter octave in your voice to say good night, my love, pleasant dreams, sleep tight, my love? What makes a good relationship come to an end? Well, if it was your smile and your laughter and your positivity, your common courtesy, your attentiveness, and if the first thing out of your mouth was something pleasant, good morning, and the last thing before you guys parted or went to sleep was good night, I hope you enjoy your day, some well wishes, if those things are no longer present, then those were the things that made your relationship a good relationship. And it is the lack of those things, the absence of those things, that makes the good relationship come to an end. Sister, a good relationship is not about what you've been through. It's not about how tough you are, how strong you are, because if you're truly strong, then no one can see what you've been through. What I mean by that is when you look into the mirror, you don't see blood and guts. See, it's what you don't see when you look into the mirror. You don't see the blood and guts because it's all wrapped in this wonderful little package that we call your skin. It's all wrapped behind that beautiful smile on your face. But now something happened along the way, and what happened along the way is you started wearing your problems and your blood and guts outwardly, and you can't stand to look at it, and neither can he. Brother, we have to get back to the point to where you put those things away. The complaining, the problems. Everything cannot be perfect, just like everything cannot be wrong. So, those good relationships have to come to an end when the thing that, or those things that made it a good relationship, come to an end. Your smile, your pleasantries, your laughter, your positivity. The first thing out of your mouth should not be a complaint. The last thing out of your mouth at the end of the day should not be a complaint. We have to return back to what made you the most attractive and what made that relationship so good. Guys, I'm only here to help because I want for you what I want for myself. I want you guys to be happy. I want you to be healthy. I want you to live a life of longevity and one of fulfillment. But above all these things combined, I wish upon you many, many blessings. I am looking forward to your response. I hope this information has been helpful. I have certainly enjoyed sharing it. And as always, my name is Jay Jackson.